Hello, welcome students. In this session, I would be dealing with what is called as what function. Okay, so here a function is a subroutine or it is called a subprogram, right? To which is written to perform a specific task. Fine. Now you all know why we write a program. Okay, so in a program, if you consider the main program, okay, so it has been written to perform a specific task. Okay, so in some of the cases wherein main feels, okay, the main program feels that the program has become very much complex or lengthier, okay, at that point of time the programmer or the designer may think of dividing the task given to the main into subtasks. Okay, so those subtasks are being achieved through functions. Okay, so now you can call the functions as subroutines. Okay, so let me just brief you about the structure of a function. Fine, so let me just take an editor. Here the function syntax goes like this. It has a return type, okay, then followed by function name, followed by the parameter list. Right? Then you have the opening curly brace and closing curly brace specifying the beginning and the ending of the function. Okay, inside this you can have the function, some variable declaration, some declarations as part of functions. Okay, followed by you can have the body of the function. Okay, let me go part by part by explaining. Okay, so here return type, okay, specifies, okay, what the function is going to return at the end. Okay, after a task which has been achieved, okay, at the end the function might return something back to the calling function. Okay, so in this case I consider main program to be as the calling function. So main will be calling this function, okay, and this function will perform the task and later on it may or it may not return a value. Okay, so if it returns a value, so in that case the return type would specify what type of value the function is going to return. Fine, so if the function is returning int, then the type over here would be int. If the function is returning float, then the type over here would be float. Fine, so and in some cases the function may not return anything. In that case the type would be void. Okay, void means nothing. Fine, next followed by return type I have the function name. Okay, so over here the function name refers to the name, okay, given to this called function. Fine, it's a user defined function. Fine, as you all know that C program is composed of only function. It is a function oriented programming. As you can see, some of the inbuilt functions like printf, scanf, okay, those are called inbuilt functions. Okay, so in that case the programmer might have curiosity to develop his own functions. Fine, so in that case this is the privilege provided. This entire syntax, okay, tells how the designer or the programmer to develop his own functions. Okay, in this case I can give the function name as add. Okay, say any name can be given. Fine, so but the programmer should take care that he should not use any of the inbuilt function names, like he cannot use. Fine, so care should be taken. Fine, so this is the function name. Okay, then after that function name you have the brackets. Okay, opening bracket, closing bracket. As in C programming everything is function oriented. Okay, so opening bracket, closing bracket refers that it's a function. Okay, so if there is a semicolon ahead, then it's either the declaration of the function call. Okay, if it is not there, then it is actually the definition of the function. Okay, so this entire thing refers to the definition. Right, so in that case if the function is called by main, okay, in some cases main may pass some arguments, okay, or main may give some values to this function. okay, to perform the specific task. Fine. So in that case, how you are going to receive those values passed from main. Okay. So more much of the things will be clear if I take an example and demonstrate you. Okay. For timing, remember that it's a parameter list. Okay. That is the list of the values, okay, that are received from the main program. Fine. Next, you have some declarations. If you need some declarations, or some, if you need some variables as part of this function, you can declare those followed by the body of the function. Okay, this is actually the syntax, okay, of the function. Fine. So let me, without wasting much of time, I'll just explain you with an example. So here, let me write the full code. As I am writing a C++ program, IOStream is the header, and using and I'll write the main program and have some local declarations. Say int a comma b. Okay, then I say cout values for a comma b. Okay, so I'll give an interactive statement and I'll give an in statement to accept the values for a and b. Okay, now I'll call the function. Say the function may be called as large. Okay, so this function, why I'm writing is to just find out the largest of the two numbers a and b. Okay, so this is the end of main. Fine. Now over here, you you might be wondering, okay, what this large mean. Okay, it's actually the function name. It's a user defined function, so I can give any name over here. Fine. So large, or for that case, but I feel what is give a sensible name wherein you can really understand. Now printf is meant for printing. Okay, scanf is meant for scanning or reading. Okay, so those were sensible names. Okay, you have the privilege to give any name. Okay, but see to that you just be sensible in giving the function names. Okay, tomorrow the functions, if they are read by some other developers or some other programmers, they should understand. Okay, so in this case I will give the function name as large, largest, anyways. Okay, now this is the function call. Okay, as you can see the semicolon, it's a function call. Okay, so now if you just go back to C programming or C++, you had printf statement. Okay, so that was the function call. Okay, but the functionality or the definition needed was available in stdio.h, as you remember. Okay, but in this case, large is a user defined function. Okay, so that is for this user defined function, there is no definition already available, which is developed by the author or the developers. Okay, so in that case, you need to provide the definition. So I'll just provide the definition saying void, okay, say large. Fine. Then as I said, main is calling this large function with two parameters or two arguments which are of type int. So let me receive them as int. Okay, and one more observation over here is I'm passing the arguments by name a, and over here I'm receiving by x. Okay, you have the privilege to use any other variables over here. Okay, so in this case, if you are passing a, you can use a as it is, b as it is. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay, and apart from this variable a b, you can use any other variables like p q, rs, xy, anything. Okay, that's fine, no problem. So this is the body of the function. As you observe over here, main also is a function, okay, which is called by the operating system. Okay, so it has got opening brace, closing brace. The same way function has got opening brace and closing brace. Okay, so two arguments passed, two arguments received. Okay, and over here void is the return type. The meaning of this is this function is not going to return anything back to the main. Fine. So with that, I just continue with the body of the function. Now I am supposed to do what is just compare x and y. Okay, in this case, remember this x is just the copy of a. y is just the copy of b. So they are called as just formal arguments or formal parameters. They are not the exact a and b. Fine. Okay. So now I'll just do, if they are copy, I can just compare, right? Okay. So if x is greater than y, okay, then I just say cout a is larger. Okay. In this case, as x holds the first number a, okay, so I say a is larger. Fine. Next, else I will write another statement saying b is, now comparing x with y, the copies a and b are been compared. Okay, so if x is greater than y, meaning of that is if a is greater than b, okay, then I say a is larger, else b is larger. Obvious it is, but both cannot happen at the same time. Fine. So this is the function written to find out the largest of two numbers. Fine. Now one thing you need to remember, what is, okay, as you are writing a function, okay, function definition, okay, the compiler, when it encounters this statement, okay, the function call, it should know what actually this function is. Fine. So for that, see, now over here I am making use of variables a and b. Okay, so before making use of those variables I have declared them, right? Okay, on the same lines, before using this function you need to declare that function. Okay, so declaration is like what the function is going to return, what is the function name, then how many arguments it is passing, and type of arguments. Okay, it is receiving two arguments and they are of type int. Okay, so in that case you can just write the same variables also over here, int x, and over here int y. Okay, if you don't give also, there is no harm. Right. So this is called as function declaration or function prototype. Fine. So compiler will just cross verify the function name, okay, with the function definition with the help of this prototype, and also the number of arguments and type of arguments. Okay. Now let me save this program. So the program is C++. I'll save it as large1.cpp. Yeah. So this file is saved now. Okay, let me compile this program. Then let me just give one cout statement saying /n, so that the output gets printed clear. Okay, going to this compiler. Okay, and go to applications. You have system tools, then the terminal. Okay, over here just say g++1.cpp. Okay, so here I find that there are no exceptions, no errors. Directly I'll execute. Right. So let me, as over here you have an interactive statement, let me enter the values for a and b, say 10, 20. Now what would be your guess? Which is the largest? A or B? B is large. Okay. Now the same. Okay, let me enter say 30 and 10. Okay. In this case, A is larger. I hope the thing is clear for you people. Okay. So this is all about function. Right.